Hello everybody, this is CholeraSC bringing you my first cast of 2 games from the Incruit OSL Round of 16, and in this game it's going to be a Zerg versus Zerg fight here between Luxury and the aptly named Zerg, TheZerg. And it's going to be a very interesting match, I think. It's on a completely new map called Chupung-Ryeong. Not even kidding you, it's on a map that was just released today in the Incruit OSL, and so far I'm not being able to get my hands on it, this being September 10th, but I wanted to get this cast out to you guys as fast as possible, of course, so hope you guys forgive me. I do assume it's a 2-player map, and here we have Luxury spawning at the 7 o'clock location in red. His opponent is going to be TheZerg, a relatively unknown player. I thought he mainly played 2v2 until now, and he's certainly done well for himself, making it into the round of 16. And here is TheZerg in yellow at the 1 o'clock position. And I will be casting this game and Fantasy vs. C, a Terran vs. Terran battle that will also occur in a new map called Medusa coming up next. But I just want to point out there will be other casters, I think, covering the first 2 games, including the much-awaited July vs. Flash. I think Rainman MP at SC2GG.com has casted, so check him out. He actually just came back from a hiatus in casting, so check him out. In any case, though, I did search up the name of this map, and it's a mountain in Korea. So I assume there's going to be some terrain in this map that will play a factor. It reminds me, just from what I see so far, it looks a little bit like Shin Peak Sabedu, at least from the map coloring, the tile set, and well, the fact it's a 2-player map. I guess that's probably the only similarities it could have to Shin Peak Sabedu from what I know. Those are 2 Hydralisks. And by the way, that is a sign that says hi SC2G.com and OMFG we something are going to be on YouTube. That's right. You're going to be on YouTube, and I wonder if that's Peanut over there. Someone tell me if that's German or Swedish. I think it could be one of both. Both are certainly very likely. Looks like the Zerg is going to be going for a 12 pool here at the 1 o'clock position, and I believe Luxury went for something like an over pool or actually I think it might have been a 9 pool with gas here. Yeah, it's probably a 9 pool with gas, given how many eggs he has right now. And here we're seeing the extractor going down, so I think this is actually going to work towards the Zerg's advantage. The Zerg is 2-2 against Zerg, by the way, so not much of a record, whereas Luxury is 65% against Zerg over many games, I think over 20 games, and that's saying quite a lot with the caliber of Zerg players out there, and the fact that Zerg versus Zerg is such a technical game. And whoa, what is this? The Zerg is going to be going for an expansion also, 12 pool into expansion. Interesting choice here. In fact, July did this against Luxury on the map Troy in the World Cyber Games qualifiers, and he got stomped by Luxury when Luxury went for the exact same build, which is a 9 pool versus it. Now, 12 pool inherently is not bad against a 9 pool, but when you get that fast expand there, if the Zerglings can get over there quick enough, they will force you to cancel or take down the hatchery. In fact, the Zerg has actually canceled his expansion hatchery there. So interesting play from the Zerg, but he's already 100 minerals behind because of this, though, and it really wasn't a risk he needed to take. I guess he was hoping that Luxury would go for a 12 pool himself, or even a 12 hatch or something, a slower build than a 9 pool, but once he saw the Zerglings coming, he knew he didn't have enough time, and so he decided to cancel the hatch. He's got his Zerglings in a nice position here. He's also got a second hatchery going up on his ramp that will allow him to build a sunken colony or 2 here. So it looks like the main bases are ramped here on Chupung-Ryeong. Both players have gone for layers. I believe Luxury's had to have come faster, though, because of the 9 pool. And we'll see if Luxury decides to make a break up there, although I don't think he'll be very successful because of the concaves both players have set up around the ramps. Yeah, so definitely Incruit OSL Round 16 is going to get started. The MSL Round 32 will get started very soon also. And Group A here, Group A of this entire group, it's July Flash, I think who else is in it? July Flash, Best, and Much. Group A is definitely going to be the group to watch out for. This is Group C, by the way. Group A is going to be the round of death, pretty much. A group of death, rather. And, oh, look at this. Luxury, very sneaky there, has taken the time to pick up his natural, and this is the advantage you get by having more Zerglings. He's managed to force the Zerg to cancel the hatchery, so the Zerg's not going to have an advantage at all in terms of Zergling count, and both players are now putting up their spires. If Luxury manages to hold this natural expansion against Mulisks, I think he'll be able to take a great advantage in this game, because he'll have that second gas, and more Scourge, more Mulisks is what that means. We'll see if the Zerg decides to make a break. The Zerg testing in the waters here. Looks like he manages to snipe off one injured Zergling there of Luxury's. Nice work there, and doing a little bit of Zergling dance, trying to take some hit points off, and then exchanging other Zerglings. So nice work there by the Zerg, already taking down 2 of Luxury Zerglings. Luxury goes up and picks off the Zergling of his own, and looks like Zerg has definitely more Zerglings here, although Luxury comes up with 2 reinforcements. The Zerg is going to be able to get down the ramp now, and Luxury could be in a bit of trouble here. The Zerg coming down with about, oh man, and Luxury is now the one forced to cancel his hatchery at the expansion. He's now building a sunken inside his main base, and his Mutalisks will be popping out. But unfortunately for him now, I think the game has swung a little bit in the Zerg's favor, because the Zerg now has 2 hatcheries up. Luxury has only 1 hatchery up, and we could be seeing an early defeat here from Luxury. I think it might have been too risky, too audacious of a strategy to go for that expansion. The Zerg has a lot of Zerglings, but the Mutalisks are out, and he won't be able to snipe out that Spire. I think perhaps that's what he was thinking. Now Luxury does have the first advantage, of the first Mutalisks out, and so far the Zerg does not have any Scourge or Mutalisks out, and with some good micro, Luxury might be able to snipe off the first Mutalisk or the first Scourge that come out. No, it looks like 3 Mutalisks coming out for the Zerg, and I think the Mutalisk count is now tied. The Zerg also pushing back with his Zerglings, and Luxury just is a little bit behind, I have to say, at this point. Looking at the food count, 19 versus 24 here, and looks, pretty small, only a difference of 5 food, but that's very, very critical. That's a huge amount in Zerg versus Zerg, especially at such low proportions to the total food count. Anyway, so Luxury picking off a couple of Zerglings along the way, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. And now we could be seeing some distance mining at this geyser. That is actually an interesting choice here from the Zerg, and it's actually a viable choice on this map, because your hatchery is, if you place your hatchery there, it's going to be close enough so that maybe 5 drones can mine gas, can maximize gas production from that geyser. Here comes an engagement though in the middle. Luxury has absorbed 2 Scourge hits, but I think he just might have 1 more Mutalisk than the Zerg does, and he's going to go and pin the forces back. More Scourge coming in from both sides. Looks like they both kamikaze into each other, so no Scourge have managed to be landed thus far. And more Scourge coming in from Luxury, though. Zerg needs to run away from them. Let's see if how good his anti-Scourge micro is. And actually, I think Luxury has managed to take the field in this battle. Certainly the Scourge is now going to drive them back, but looks like the Zerg is trying to snipe off some drones here, but he's not doing that great of a job of microing, taking down 1 drone there inside of Luxury's base. But I think that's all of his Zerglings, and we'll see if wow, the Zerg still is not microing against those Scourge. He needs to do a good job. Obviously, he needs to micro successfully. And he's still running away. This is really not time to be running away here. Looks like he managed to take a hit anyway. And Luxury, it could win this game right now. What a turnaround. Luxury just showing why he is second best. I'd say he's really the second best Zerg versus Zerg player out there after Jaedong, of course. He's definitely the best, though, afterwards. And sniping off all the Scourge. The Zerg could not do that. And now Luxury is all over the drone line of the Zerg. The Zerg, despite having the second gas, I don't think it's going to make a difference right now. He just does not have enough drones alive, and he has nothing in the air here to deal with Luxury. And I think Luxury could have turned this game around. Really interesting game, really. I have to say, Luxury is definitely going to win this, but both players forced to cancel expansions after they went for rather risky expansion builds, and basically were forced to cancel hatcheries, and that really evened it out. And now, yeah, Luxury is definitely going to win. It's just waiting for GG now here from the Zerg. All these drones are going to go down, and an exciting opening to my casts. Do check out. Maybe some other people will be doing July versus Flash, but I'm going to keep my piece here. Of course, the rest of Group A I am going to be casting, but for today I will leave. I will leave at B and not cast the first game, July versus Flash. Anyway, so. Looks like a couple Scourge are going to chase these Mutalisks. I wonder why. Well, actually, I know why the Zerg isn't mining minerals. Obviously, it's because those Mutalisks were over the mineral line. Now there is a sizable force of Scourge, but really Scourge by themselves are not going to be enough. Luxury's economy is still perfectly fine, and he doesn't even care. He's just going to allow the Scourge to land. And GG coming from the Zerg. The Zerg not able to handle the Zergling twin Luxury, and just look at him, he's all psyched up in that white shirt he just borrowed from his brother. Or actually, no, this is the one he wears. His brother's now wearing the one with the French words on it. Anyway, though, quick game from these two players. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and we'll be seeing a Tyrant versus Tyrant next, C versus Fantasy.